Watch this video and be sure to share it with all your friends before you buy a powersport. I know what you're thinking. Great, yet another video explaining the features and benefits of a powersport. Wrong, this is Powersport Dirty Laundry 101. In this video, I'm going to explain some of the dirty little tricks of the powersports industry by telling you what to look for, what to do, and how to do it. So in this video, you will learn 8 tips and tricks to ensure you do not become the next victim of this industry. So without further ado, tip number 1, make yourself knowledgeable before you head out to the dealership. I can't stress this enough. Some great resources to boost your knowledge in a short period of time are YouTube and Facebook Marketplace. You need to focus primarily on videos describing problems or defects with the unit you're interested in. This type of knowledge is equivalent to a group of friends or neighbors getting together who bought the same motorcycle and are complaining about how they have to rock the bike to either get it to go into gear or how hard it is to find neutral. Those neighbors are found on YouTube. Do not look for videos who do product reviews. They only talk about the features and benefits of the unit. They exchange their time for views and hopefully sponsorship as their audience grows. They will not mention manufacturing defects or anything bad for fear of being sued. You want an honest opinion on your motorcycle from someone who already owns the bike and knows way more about it than your salesperson. Also, write down 3 technical questions for the nosy salesperson to answer for your amusement. Usually, what is the top speed of this unit? Causes some uhs and ohs. Ask how many gears does it have? Ask if it is a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke and what is the difference. These are merely sample questions to help you gauge the competence of your self-appointed salesperson. Facebook Marketplace is a great place to save money locally on your unit. Tip number 2, have an exit plan. When you arrive at the store, some nefarious salespeople will actually walk towards your car as if they're going to valet park it. Nothing could be farther from the truth. He is just trying to get a customer because it was probably a slow day and the boss was giving him dirty looks. If this is your first time there, you are just looking. If the salesperson bothers you, just ask for their card and say, "Thanks, I'll call you if I need anything." Tip number 3, how to deal with your salesperson. Remember when I told you to make yourself knowledgeable? Ask at least 3 technical questions you already know the answers to. If your salesperson cannot answer your technical questions, find another salesperson. This salesperson either has no personal experience with the equipment or they're just lazy and see you as an easy sale. In other words, they just expect you to buy it. They think they're entitled to a sale. Tip number 4, how to negotiate. Someone once said, "A fool and his money are soon parted." If you remember only one thing from this presentation, remember this. Never ever buy on your first visit to the dealership. You need to feel them out. What are the salespeople like? Are they knowledgeable? Do they know how to fit you to a motorcycle? Do they ask what is your primary use for the equipment? Do they even seem to care? Did they answer your questions? Do they price match? You also need to shop prices before you can negotiate. How do you know what the best deal is until you compare prices? When dealers compete, my friend, you win. Tip number 5, the out-the-door price, buyer's or purchase order. Before you leave the dealership, ask for the out-the-door purchase order. If the dealership is honest, they will factor any rebates or discounts on that unit into the price. Ask for a rollick discount. You need to take the invoice to your bank and to other dealerships. This is how you will see who is being fair to you and who is not. You want to compare the freight charges between the 2 or 3 different dealerships. Is one a few $100s higher for the same exact unit? How about dealer prep? What did it cost to build the unit? Same costs or higher? I bet the valet parking salesperson's corporate dealership was higher. Tip number 5, financing. Power sports are toys, and as such, banks view them as risky investments. In this industry, interest rates can be as low as 2.99% and as high as 18%. If at all possible, use your own bank or credit union. A simple rule of thumb in financing is this: for every $1,000 you are going to finance, you can expect a payment of $20. For example, if a bike costs $8,000, 8 times 20 equals $160 payment. This is not pinpoint accuracy, it is, however, in the ballpark. You still need to add in the interest rate for which your credit says you qualify for. Parts and labor. This is sometimes added into the deal to conceal the helmet, jacket, boots, and gloves you wanted but could not afford to pay for out of pocket. You say, yes, that is not deceptive. True, people also have to have parts and labor done to their bike. All I'm saying is, why would you want to finance even more money when you can buy that stuff on Amazon or Facebook Marketplace for a heck of a lot less, and no one beats Amazon Prime's return policy? Tip number 6, used power sports. To buy or not to buy, that is the question. I personally do not recommend used power sports to anyone unless you are very handy and have deep pockets. You never know what someone else did to it, and most dealerships pay very little for trade-ins and then double the price in order to flip the units. They also price them to discourage you from buying used, so you will buy a new unit. Tip number 7, warranty, service plans, and insurance. Oh my! This topic causes more salespersons to stumble than any other. Ask what the warranty is on this unit. Of course, you already know the answer because you studied it in the car before coming in, right? Do I recommend them? Yes. Ask for a detailed breakdown of the extended products you are going to finance in with the deal and choose accordingly. Do not cheap out, and then when your first service is due, you cannot afford to pay the $600 service charge. If you're reckless, gap insurance might not be such a bad idea. Tip number 8, equipment check. I know it sounds crazy, but you need to make sure your unit is topped off with a full tank of fuel. Hey, you're paying thousands of dollars for that unit. Do not let them cheap out on a tank of fuel. Check for the equipment operator's manual and the spare key. Sometimes the guys in the back who do the unit builds lose them. Make sure the dealership finds the extra key or orders you a new one. Your salesperson should go over the bike with you so you have a basic idea of where all the controls are and what does what. Remember, this is why you asked the technical questions earlier, to weed out the weak salesperson. You want a knowledgeable salesperson. Armed with your new knowledge of how to operate in a power sports dealership, you should have great savings and better deals than most. I wish you the best of luck.